I believed in myself, so I didn't give up on Imani. And I'm so glad I didn't, because it was finally starting to pay off. Literally. Up until I met her, I had been hustling for free as an intern. I had a restaurant job for some side money, but it was exhausting. I used to just imagine a life where I actually got paid for fashion. So when Imani told me she didn't believe in making people work for free, I really felt like I was starting to get somewhere. She was the first stylist to start paying me. It wasn't a livable salary, but it was something. Finally, I was an assistant. Then she started talking about vision boards. One of my visions had just came true, so I decided to try making a board. I put so much stuff on there, but we'll talk about how Lindsay Peoples-Wagner, Glossier, Refinery 29, and Vogue ended up playing a part in my life later on. After a few months, I wanted to start taking on more responsibility. Imani would get flued out to style athletes, and she hated traveling, so I offered to go with her as her assistant. She didn't think I was ready yet. Understandable. I always showed up looking my best in what I could afford at the time, which was usually a Forever 21 t-shirt and jeans. She was always comparing me to herself when she was an assistant. She was like, I used to show up looking the part because I wanted them to take me seriously. And I'd be thinking, sorry, I've been living off an intern budget. I'd rather have a roof over my head than designer in my closet. But I respected her opinion. Quiet as it's kept, I thought her styling could use some work. I always knew what looked good, I was just broke. But I kept my thoughts to myself, played my role. I was biting my tongue a lot back then because her communication was chaotic. Sometimes I'd catch her in little white lies, and she would always switch up on whatever she initially said. So I started having to get things in writing. I didn't want her to be able to exaggerate anything later on. She'd do stuff like send me to the shops with a list of things she needed me to find during a styling pool. And if I did the slightest thing wrong, let's say I got 9 things right and messed up a little bit on the 10th, everything was ruined. Even the stuff I did do right would turn wrong in her eyes. Whenever she got into that mode, she made sure I felt it. She would keep moving the goalposts so that I never reached the finish line. Which reminds me of our worst confrontation that involves an A-list actress and a lot of tears. Stay tuned.